Respected friends, welcome you all with all hearty gratitude, salutations, congratulations, great wishes and prayers for every one of us to grow spiritually. In the Vedic chanting, today we will be learning Surya Upanishad. Repeat once and together once. Then we have our Dhyana Purvaka Mantrocharana, Panchama Avatara Vamana Deva. Then we have our common sense thought for some time, our Guru Parampara mantra, Shanti mantras, then our Sankalpa precisely. Then we go for our Upanishad mantra Parayanam, Upanishad mantra Adhyanam. Shwethashwathara Upanishad, 6th chapter, 14th mantra, NATATRA SURYO BHATI Nachandra Tarakam. A very famous, well-known mantra we are studying today with Bhashyam. So there the glory of self is told, supremacy of the self is told, or that reality is Brahman, then Brahman is my own self. So whatever indicatively told, if we are able to understand it, Lakshyartha kehte hain. We are tuning, we are wise. So the here indication is two ways. Instead of with the Upadhi Tadatmya, if you identify with the Brahman, see the status of your glory, in which glorious state or status you will reach. This is this way watching. From this side, you are already that glorious self, which is higher, greater than all these phenomenal forces. Avoid in that by knowing it thoroughly through these Upanishadic Shastras. Avoid slowly identifying with those which condition you, limit you. So that's the indicated meaning of all the mantras of Upanishads. If we are really focusing and trying to understand these other seven things, friends, we are seeing, so that on us, the Parabrahma, the Ishvara, the Jagannatha, the entire Devatagana, Guru Gana, Guru Parampara, Shastra Gana, Krupa is there. So that our Loka Sevakadi, all Vyaktitvas improve and we are really evolving and enjoying our being human. May we bring like every day that Bhakti Shraddha, the seriousness, sincerity, that innocence and humbleness, and total application in doing all these things. Let's start with the first one. In the Veda Parayanam, we are doing the Surya Upanishad. Today, maybe 15 minutes it will take. Revel in that. These all have to be chanted every day, remember. Then only we get divinized, we get the divine kripa, etc. एक दिन पढ़कर छोड़ने वाले नहीं है. These are all to be relentlessly done for them to be positively effective on us. Start. Om अथ वेदपारायणं सूर्योपनिषत् ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम अथ सूर्याथर्वांगिरसं व्याख्यास्यामः। ओम अथ सूर्याथर्वांगिरसं व्याख्यास्यामः। ब्रह्मा ऋषिः गायत्री छन्दः आदित्यो देवता हंसः सोऽहमग्निनारायणयुक्तं बीजम् हंसः सोऽहमग्निनारायणयुक्तं बीजं हृल्लेखा शक्तिः व्यदादिसर्गसंयुक्तं कीलकं व्यदादिसर्गसंयुक्तं कीलकं चतुर्विधपुरुषार्थसिद्ध्यर्थे विनियोगः चतुर्विधपुरुषार्थसिद्ध्यर्थे विनियोगः षट्स्वरारूढेन बीजेन षट्स्वरारूढेन बीजेन षडङ्गं रक्ताम्बुजसंस्थितं षडङ्गं रक्ताम्बुजसंस्थितं सप्ताश्वरथिनं हिरण्यवर्णं चतुर्भुजं सप्ताश्वरथिनं हिरण्यवर्णं चतुर्भुजं पद्मद्वयाभयवरदहस्तं पद्मद्वयाभयवरदहस्तं कालचक्रप्रणेतारं कालचक्रप्रणेतारं श्रीसूर्यनारायणं य एवं वेद श्रीसूर्यनारायणं य एवं वेद स वै ब्राह्मणः स वै ब्राह्मणः। ॐ भूर्भुवः सुवः ॐ भूर्भुवः सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। सूर्य आत्मा जगतस्तस्तुषश्च सूर्य आत्मा जगतस्तस्तुषश्च सूर्याद्वै खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते सूर्याद्वै खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते सूर्याद्यज्ञः पर्जन्योऽन्नमात्मा सूर्याद्य सूर्याद्यज्ञः पर्जन्योऽन्नमात्मा नमस्ते आदित्य त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं कर्म कर्तासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं कर्म कर्तासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं विष्णुरसि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं विष्णुरसि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं रुद्रोऽसि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं रुद्रोऽसि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं मृगसि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं मृगसि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं यजुरसि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं यजुरसि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं सामासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं सामासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षमथर्वासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षमथर्वासि त्वमेव सर्वं छन्दोसि त्वमेव सर्वं छन्दोसि आदित्याद्वायुर्जायते आदित्याद्वायुर्जायते आदित्याद्भूमिर्जायते आदित्याद्भूमिर्जायते आदित्यादापो जायन्ते आदित्यादापो जायन्ते आदित्याज्योतिर्जायते आदित्याज्योतिर्जायते आदित्याद् व्योमदिशो जायन्ते आदित्याद्व्योमदिशो जायन्ते आदित्याद्देवा जायन्ते आदित्याद्देवा जायन्ते आदित्याद्वेदा जायन्ते आदित्याद्वेदा जायन्ते आदित्यो वा एष एतन्मण्डलं तपति आदित्यो वा एष एतन्मण्डलं तपति असावादित्यो ब्रह्मा असावादित्यो ब्रह्मा आदित्योऽन्तःकरणमनोबुद्धिचित्ताहङ्काराः आदित्योऽन्तःकरणमनोबुद्धिचित्ताहङ्काराः आदित्यो वै व्यानः समानो दानोपानः प्राणः आदित्यो वै व्यानः समानो दानोपानः प्राणः आदित्यो वै श्रोत्रत्वक्चक्षुरसनघ्राणाः आदित्यो वै श्रोत्रत्वक्चक्षुरसनघ्राणाः आदित्यो वै वाक्पाणिपादपायोपस्थाः आदित्यो वै वाक्पाणिपादपायोपस्थाः आदित्यो वै शब्दस्पर्शरूपरसगन्धाः आदित्यो वै शब्दस्पर्शरूपरसगन्धाः आदित्यो वै वचनादानागमनविसर्गानन्दाः आदित्यो वै वचनादानागमनविसर्गानन्दाः आनन्दमयो विज्ञानमयो विज्ञानघन आदित्यः आनन्दमयो विज्ञानमयो विज्ञानघन आदित्यः नमो मित्राय भानवे मृत्योर्मा पाहि नमो मित्राय भानवे मृत्योर्मा पाहि भ्राजिष्णवे विश्वहेतवे नमः भ्राजिष्णवे विश्वहेतवे नमः सूर्याद्भवन्ति भूतानि सूर्येण पालितानि तोम सूर्याद्भवन्ति भूतानि सूर्येण पालितानि तु सूर्ये लयं प्राप्नुवन्ति यः सूर्यः सोऽहमेव च सूर्ये लयं प्राप्नुवन्ति यः सूर्यः सोऽहमेव च चक्षुर्नो देवः सविता चक्षुर्नो देवः सविता चक्षुर्न उत पर्वतः चक्षुर्न उत पर्वतः चक्षुर्धाता दधातु नः चक्षुर्धाता दधातु नः आदित्याय विद्महे सहस्रकिरणाय धीमहि आदित्याय विद्महे सहस्रकिरणाय धीमहि तन्नः सूर्यः प्रचोदयात् तन्नः सूर्यः प्रचोदयात् सविता पुरस्तात् सविता पश्चात्तात् सविता पुरस्तात् सविता पश्चात्तात् सवितोत्तरात्तात् सविताधरात्तात् सवितोत्तरात् सविताधरात्तात् सविता नः सुवतु सर्वतातिगं सविता नः सुवतु सर्वतातिगं सविता नो रासतां दीर्घमायुः सविता नो रासतां दीर्घमायुः ओमित्येकाक्षरं ब्रह्मा ओमित्येकाक्षरं ब्रह्मा गृणिरिति द्वे अक्षरे गृणिरिति द्वे अक्षरे सूर्य इत्यक्षरद्वयं सूर्य इत्यक्षरद्वयम् आदित्य इति त्रीण्यक्षराणि आदित्य इति त्रीण्यक्षराणि एतस्यैव सूर्यस्याष्टाक्षरो मनुः एतस्यैव सूर्यस्याष्टाक्षरो मनुः यः सदा हर हर जपते स वै ब्राह्मणो भवति यः सदा हर हर जपते स वै ब्राह्मणो भवति स वै ब्राह्मणो भवति स वै ब्राह्मणो भवति one mistake done यः सदा हर हर जपते स वै ब्राह्मणो भवति स वै ब्राह्मणो भवति यः सदा हर हर जपते स वै ब्राह्मणो भवति स वै ब्राह्मणो भवति सूर्याभिमुखो जप्त्वा महाव्याधिभयात् प्रमुच्यते सूर्याभिमुखो जप्त्वा महाव्याधिभयात् प्रमुच्यते अलक्ष्मीर्नश्यते अलक्ष्मीर्नश्यते अभक्ष्यभक्षणात् पूतो भवति अभक्ष्यभक्षणात् पूतो भवति अगम्यागमनात् पूतो भवति अगम्यागमनात् पूतो भवति पतितसम्भाषणात् पूतो भवति पतितसम्भाषणात् पूतो भवति असत्सम्भाषणात् पूतो भवति असत्सम्भाषणात् पूतो भवति मध्याह्ने सूर्याभिमुखः पठेत् मध्याह्ने सूर्याभिमुखः पठेत् सद्योत्पन्नपञ्चमहापातकात् प्रमुच्यते सद्योत्पन्नपञ्चमहापातकात् प्रमुच्यते सैषा सावित्रीं विद्याम् सैषा सावित्रीं विद्याम् न किञ्चिदपि न कस्मैचित् प्रशंसयेत् न किञ्चिदपि न कस्मैचित् प्रशंसयेत् य एतां महाभागः प्रातः पठति य एतां महाभागः प्रातः पठति स भाग्यवान् जायते पशून् विन्दते स भाग्यवान् जायते पशून् विन्दते वेदार्थं लभते वेदार्थं लभते त्रिकालमेतत् जप्त्वा क्रतुशतफलमवाप्नोति त्रिकालमेतत् जप्त्वा क्रतुशतफलमवाप्नोति हस्तादित्ये जपते स महामृत्युं तरते हस्तादित्ये जपते स महामृत्युं तरते सः स महामृत्युं तरति य एवं वेद स महामृत्युं तरति य एवं वेद इत्युपनिषत् इत्युपनिषद ओम शांति 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 ओम शांति शांति शांति. Friends, because we are doing so many activities, 7 of them, to each one of them sufficient time importance we are not able to give, but this much can be said, especially regarding these mantras. They are very, very powerful, useful. Chanting them invokes so much of blessedness. Keeping that in mind, keep on putting effort to master all these things. That much is a must for all of us to know. And divine is giving all these supports, alammanas for us to eject out of this worldly samsara jivitam and to enter into the adhyatmika jivitam. That goes without saying, said or not, we must be conscious of it. And really appreciate you for being here every day to take part in these endeavors. Thank you. ॐ अथ वेदपारायणम् सूर्योपनिषद ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. ॐ अथ सूर्याथर्वाङ्गिरसं व्याख्यास्यामः ब्रह्मा ऋषिः गायत्री छन्दः आदित्यो देवता हंसः सोऽहमग्निनारायणयुक्तं बीजं हृल्लेखा शक्तिः व्यदादिसर्गसंयुक्तं कीलकं चतुर्विधपुरुषार्थसिद्ध्यर्थे विनियोगः षट्स्वरारूढेन बीजेन षडङ्गं रक्ताम्बुजं रक्ताम्बुजसंस्थितं सप्ताश्वरथिनं हिरण्यवर्णं चतुर्भुजं पद्मद्वयाभयवरदहस्तं कालचक्रप्रणेतारं श्रीसूर्यनारायणं य एवं वेद स वै ब्राह्मणः. ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. सूर्य आत्मा जगतस्तस्तुषश्च सूर्याद्वै खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते सूर्याद्यज्ञः पर्जन्योऽन्नमात्मा नमस्ते आदित्य त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं कर्म कर्तासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं विष्णुरसि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं रुद्रोऽसि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं मृगसि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं यजुरसि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं सामासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षमथर्वासि त्वमेव सर्वं छन्दोसि आदित्याद् वायुर्जायते आदित्याद् भूमिर्जायते आदित्यादापो जायन्ते आदित्याद् ज्योतिर्जायते आदित्याद् व्योमदिशो जायन्ते आदित्याद् देवा जायन्ते आदित्याद् वेदा जायन्ते आदित्यो वा एष एतन्मण्डलं तवते असावादित्यो ब्रह्मा आदित्योऽन्तःकरणमनो बुद्धिचित्ताहङ्काराः आदित्यो वै व्यानः समानो दानोपानः प्राणः आदित्यो वै श्रोत्रत्वक्चक्षुरसनग्रहाणाः आदित्यो वै वाक्पाणिपादपायूपस्थाः आदित्यो वै शब्दस्पर्शरूपरसगन्धाः आदित्यो वै वचनादानागमनविसर्गानन्दाः आनन्दमयो विज्ञानघन आदित्यः नमो मित्राय भानवे मृत्योर्मा पाहि भ्राजिष्णवे विश्वहेतवे नमः सूर्याद्भवन्ति भूतानि सूर्येण पालितानि तो सूर्ये लयं प्राप्नुवन्ति यः सूर्यः सोऽहमेव च चक्षुर्नो देवः सविता चक्षुर्न उत पर्वतः चक्षुर्धाता दधातु नः आदित्याय विद्महे सहस्रकिरणाय धीमहि तन्नः सूर्यः प्रचोदयात् सविता पुरस्तात् सविता पश्चात्तात् सवितोत्तरात्तात् सविता धरात्तात् सविता नः सुवतु सर्वतातिगं सविता नो रासतां दीर्घमायुः ओमित्येकाक्षरं ब्रह्मा घृणिरिति द्वे अक्षरे सूर्य इत्यक्षरद्वयम् आदित्य इति त्रीण्यक्षराणि एतस्यैव सूर्यस्याष्टाक्षरो मनुः यः सदा हर हर जपति स वै ब्राह्मणो भवति स वै ब्राह्मणो भवति सूर्याभिमुखो जप्त्वा महाव्याधिभयात् प्रमुच्यते अलक्ष्मीर्नश्यते अभक्ष्यभक्षणात् पूतो भवति अगम्यागमनात् पूतो भवति पतितसम्भाषणात् पूतो भवति असत्सम्भाषणात् पूतो भवति मध्याह्ने सूर्याभिमुखः पठेत् सद्योत्पन्नपञ्चमहापातकात् प्रमुच्यते सैषा सावित्रीं विद्यां न किञ्चिदपि न कस्मैचित् प्रशंसयेत् स य एतां महाभागः प्रातः पठति स भाग्यवान् जायते पशोन् विन्दते वेदार्थं लभते त्रिकालमेतत् जप्त्वा क्रतुशतफलमवाप्नोति हस्तादित्ये जपति स महामृत्युं तरति स महामृत्युं तरति य एवं वेद इत्युपनिषद ओम शांति शांति शांति. Wow, wonderful it is. Though it took little time, but it is really cherishable. Thank you, friends. In our second topic of chanting meditationally the Gayatri mantras in the Dashavatara, we are today to see the 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth of the avatar. So Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, then the Narasimha, yesterday we saw. Today the Vamana avatar. Through all this avatara katha, what is the basic point we have to catch that? The Lord takes different avatars to maintain this universe and to maintain the universe, to maintain the dharma and to maintain the dharma, to protect the dharmika jivas and to protect them, to destroy the adharmika people. So by destroying the dharmika, he protects the dharmika people. By protecting the dharmika people, he establishes dharma. With the dharma, his lila play of this universe goes on. While doing so, in any of the living beings, whoever wants, instead of this dharma, the paramadharma, he blesses them with that paramadharma, Brahma Vidya. They can be free from that self-created cycle of transmigration, or even Lord also gives him freedom. Be one with me in that eternal reality, or play this play along with me. Isn't it? In every sports, you can completely retire, or you can retire from the main playing of it. You can be an umpire, you can be a coaching staff, you can be in the executive committee, you can be an advisor, all that. All these avatars, we have to learn that. And such avatara devatas are very much there. We at our level of so many weaknesses, so many of negativities, need definitely the Krupa Anugraha of them, for which we have to do all the required upasanas. A part of that is this mantrochar. Definitely it is effective. Right, now the fifth avatara Bhagwan, Vamana Deva. Oh, luckily you see, yesterday only, in our Skanda Purana, with this Vamana avatara only, Vamana Devatara, that the Prabhasa Kanda, which we are chanting for more than 3 months, we concluded it. Today onwards, the Dwaraka Kshetra Mahima, we have to see from for 10-15 days. With that, the entire Skanda Purana is over, which only 10-15 minutes we are studying from last more than 520 days. Wonderful. It was a very good journey. inspiring to take up some another Purana. Only we are doing Parayanam, no explanation. And in this Skanda Purana, the Vamana Deva Charitra is more elaborate, detailed than the Bhagavata Purana Ashtama Skanda. है ना? In the Bhagavad Purana, all devatas, Bhumata, go to Narayana. Narayana says, I will come. Then Bhagavan comes as Vamana. Directly he goes to Raja Bali, asks for the 3 feet. Then some discussion. Finally he gives. Then with one Bhumandala, all these gross he measures 1 feet, 1 foot, second foot, all the subtler things which Bali belongs to Bali, that also he measures. Where to put the third one, he asks. Then Bali understands and tells, put on my head. Before that, the most beautiful aspect of Bhagavan, having received the assurance of 3 feet of the land, he's slowly, slowly growing to occupy the entire universe. Vishwarupa. These are the beautiful ones. But when we studied yesterday's Skanda Purana, so many additions are given that the Vamana Avatara has happened. He is fully relaxed. He is going to all the houses for Bhiksha. They are giving him. And all the time, around him, the Brahmana children, the other children, everybody are with them. He used to do satsang with them. He travels everywhere. He was in his tapasya. Like a Brahmana Vatu Brahmachari, all the descriptions were given. It is only Narada coming to Vamana. Then the big Vamana Narada Samvada. In this, the Narada tells that Devatas have lost their power, Bali is ruling. Narayana, you have to finish Bali and then give the entire kingdom to what you call Indra. Then tell me about Bali Chakravarti. Vamanaji asks, who are you? Who is he? Then he says he is Virochana Putra and Virochana is Prahlada Putra. Prahlada is Hiranyakashipu Putra. So all of that exhaustive stories are given. In that only the Nrsimha Avatara, everything was over yesterday. Luckily, as we are chanting the Dashavatara Gayatri mantras, in Skanda Purana last 15 days, Dashavataras only are discussed. Very great coincidence. Very joyful to know. So, when all those details about Raja Bali were told, Vamanji kehte hain, he is such a great one, such a one. More than that, you told me that he is my bhakta. Then, pagal ho kya tum ki how can I kill my bhakta? Isn't it? Those who are hating me, those are very negative, them I will kill. He is not negative. He is taking care of everyone only. With all the dharma only he is doing palana. More so is my bhakta is doing so many yajnas, 999 yajnas he has done, you told. Hazarwa abhi hai. Then finally Naradi convinces, no, no, no. Anyway, he is a Rakshasa. Devatas have to rule, then only the world will be in order and properly. Okay, karke, then Narayana goes. And the way of Narayana going with all the Brahmanas, Brahmana children around. It's a very beautiful description in Skanda Purana. And then Shukracharya telling about Vamana is one of the shortcomings in Brahmanas. Vamana means dwarf. It is one of the shortcoming, therefore he need not be called inside. At the gate only, you should do whatever little bit you have to do, do it. Don't entertain him too much. Before that, again, Narada only goes to Bali Chakravarti and tells about yajna and all. He says, you have to do one yajna of Sarvaswadhanam. Whoever comes, whatever he asks, without saying no, you must give. And while you promise to give, anyone come in the world and say, don't do so, you will not go back from your given word. All this very exhaustive discussion is seen yesterday. Beautiful it was. Those whole description. This is what Narada tells also, insisting to Narayana in Vamanavatara, that Bali has taken this vow also to give to anybody whatever he does, the yachana fully. So he is instigating, means you go and ask for something by which you can take from him everything. Then Vamanji entering, Raja Bali inviting him, and before that, when Vamanaji has, from wherever he was born, comes to Raja Bali's kingdom, people were so fascinated, enchanted by him, especially the Brahmanas. They tell, अब और इधर उधर घूमने मत जाओ, you stay in this particular भूमंडला only. For that, you need to house for staying. For the house, you have to have a land. Therefore, go and ask Raja Bali. He is doing the yajna. Whatever the thing anybody asks, is giving. This is how the story here. So when Vamanji goes there and Bali Raja feels so happy seeing him in his Divya Tejas and all, you have come, I welcome you and all. Now I am in this yajna to give everybody, anybody, whatever they ask. What do you want? He says, I just felt like staying here in this Rajya. I want a house to be made. I just want 3 feet of land. Because my Vaman, I'm so small, that is enough for me. So small. Vamana means very dwarf. In some of the human cases, you can see, no, people never grow beyond 2.5, 3 feet. They are old, 50, 60 years, but 3.5 feet. भगवान अवतार was that. So 3 feet were enough. मेरे को अपना घर बना के उसमें. It's so simple, easy. Raja Bali says, okay. In the meantime, again Shukracharya coming and saying that, Are is Vishnu, you have to think before giving whether it leads to your improvement or destruction. Don't do it, don't do it. Even the Raja Shukracharya does the stambhana of that Jalatarpana in the hands of Vamanadeva. But then the Bali talks so much of philosophy and all. Then he says, if he is Vishnu, what more then can be this to a Data? When Sarvadata himself has become the Grahita and came. That hand of the Lord which is always up to give to everyone. In front of me, if it is down and below, asking me, who will get an opportunity than this? I am ready to give everything to him. What a beautiful discussion. Then when he says, Vipravaya Prakadavrataya Bhajate Vishnu Swarupaya Tripada Dharanim Dasyami, that mantra when he chanted, I am giving you Tripada land. Then Bhagavan takes it and then to measure he slowly starts growing, growing, growing. Then so much grown that Brahmaloka the feet goes and it breaks the Brahmanda Mandala and goes beyond. And from there, that Jala beyond the Brahmanda Bhumi, Jala is there na, Bhumi ke baad, that starts flowing. And that is called as the Deva Ganga, Devanadi. That's a lot of description. Then there this Purana stopped. They didn't talk much about Bhagavan very lightly said, but the story was completely said that Bhagavan ke bhakta hai Bali. How will he kill him? He did not kill him. He only sent him to the Rasatala. Then he made him the king there. Then Bhagavan himself went there to remain there to help him. To be his watchman, that's what they say. ये केरल वाले अपने में सबसे ज्यादा ये वामन अवतार वाला ओनम जो कहते हैं वो वामन जी का ही दिन है. दे सेलिब्रेट इज मोर enthusiastically. Then the Raja Bali is told to be the Indra in the next Kalpa. So Bhagavan did not, in many other avatars, Bhagavan killed. In the Matsya avatar, he killed that Madhukaitava Rakshasas. Kurma Avatara, also he did not kill. Varaha, Hiranyaksha, Nrsimha, Hiranyakashabu. Then the Parasurama mein 21 times all Kshatriyas. Sri Rama Avatar mein Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Krishna Avatar mein Shishupala, Dantavaktradi. Kalki mein all these third class mechtas who are there, Bhagavan will come to finish them. Lecha Samharartham Kalki Avatar. Lecha are those who are non-believers of Vedas, Adhyatmikata, and utterly materialistic, and for that, the ones who are ready to destroy, kill anything. That thinking is called Lechata, which was restricted, limited to the foreign countries at one time. Now it has entered everywhere. That Mlecha Samharartham Kalki Avatara will come. So there is always killing. In Vamana Avatara, there is no Yuddha. He just became bigger, then sent Bali there and he blessed him. And this kingdom is given to Indra. In this avatar, I am not going to do Yuddha or kill anyone, he tells Narad. वो दिखता है वहां. So this was not in Bhagavatam. It's a totally different story. मतलब पूरा मिलकर है, एक जगह सब लिख नहीं सकते ना, पर लंबाई होगा. या in different kalpa, it might have happened in different way. Because in one day of Brahmadeva, Vamana avatar happens 1,000 times. Because 1,000 Chaturjugas happen there. Creation is cyclic. Among that, whoever the jiva wants to go beyond and get moksha, he is allowed through this nivritti marga. चलते रहो प्रवृत्ति में. चलता रहता है. The moment you do the nivritti, then your path is different. The ones who are in the pravritti are in the superimposed. The ones who want the substratum, they have to become nivritta. अभी तक तो समझ में आ गया होगा हम सबको, by the grace of the study of these Upanishads. Now, with this, so much of it telling, now the mantra, Gayatri mantra of Sri Vamana Deva is Om Trivikramaya Vidmahe Vishwarupaya Dhimahi Tanno Vamanaha Prachodayat. Tanno Vishnu Prachodayat is given here, but I am adding it as Tanno Vamana Prachodayat. Because भगवान का नाम तो कहाँ आना चाहिए ना. वामन अवतार है तो वामन नाम होना चाहिए. नहीं तो भी समझ सकते हैं. सो तन्नो वामन प्रचोदयात्. सो विद्महे वी नो, धीमहि वी मेडिटेट, प्रचोदयात् वी प्रे यू टू bless us with the ultimate. And through lucky that we are studying so many Puranas and all, through all of that Purana Itihasa, we are getting clarity that every effort for any achievement is impermanent. Only one achievement is permanent. That's it. That is the Aham Brahmasmi Anubhuti. This is strengthening in our through our everyday Shastra Shravanadhyayana, which is the main purpose. Thanks that God and Gurus are blessing us to pursue it every day. And I am doing Sankalpa for myself that till the ultimate goal is reached, my this Adhyayana Adhyapana should not, will not stop. Because unless I do Sankalpa and I put effort, I cannot continue, and any inner and outer forces can take me away from this path. So I have to protect once I know this is the highest. Each of you also can do for yourself. Nobody can do, nobody can force. Correct? Om Trivikramaya Vidmahe. We know, oh Lord, you, the Trivikrama, the one who conquered all the three worlds. Then Vishwarupaya Dhimahi, you are the one who is in the Vishwarupa. Every whole Vishwa is your Rupa only. Tanno Vamanaha Prachodayat, that Lord who has come in the Vamana Rupa to bless Indra and bless Bali also. Prachodayat, I pray to him to do the Prachodhanam. May he also suppress the arrogance of Bali. There, the soft arrogance of Bali is explained. That whatever I have, I am there to give to everybody as dana. So, at one level, this appears to be such a good quality. Bali says, whatever I will give it to everyone as dana. What's wrong in it? The only wrong thing is to give the dana, you have to have something, no, as yours. So, the one who thinks that something is mine, he alone can say that I will give in dana. That itself is mistake. Because there is nothing which belongs to me. Everything is already belongs to Narayan. Rather, the owner of all this, the I, also is a humble servant of him at the Upadhi level and one with him at the Nirupadhika level. Other than these two, I am never a separate entity from Paramatma and I don't have anything of my own either for me to give in charity or for me to enjoy it as a bhoga. That is the highest wisdom. From that standpoint, that soft ego of Bali. That's how Bhagavan has put his feet on his head, pushed him down. So Vishwarupaya Dhimahi Tanno Vamana Prachodayat. O Vamana Bhagavan, in me also, whoever is the whatever is the Ahanta Mamata are there. Please select and delete it. And in that place may you alone prevail. Let me never have a feeling of separation with you even a moment. And you and I are not two. We are one. Let me be pakka experienced in that, established in that. This way, do prachodhanam. You are blessing me up to the level of studying Upanishads. May I study them more and more, contemplate on more and them more. Through them, may I realize that Brahmatvam. In this way, do prachodhanam. This is the prarthana. Thank you. Start. ॐ त्रिविक्रमाय विद्महे विश्वरूपाय धीमहि तन्नो वामनः प्रचोदयात् 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 ॐ श्रीवामनदेवाय नमः मां रक्ष रक्ष वरिवाहि वरिवाहि आध्यात्मिक तत्वानुभवं ब्रह्मानुभवं देहि देहि मां रक्ष रक्ष. This is Vamanavtara mantra. Here, one thing, if I can share here only, I think it will be relevant. That even though Raja Bali is so good, why should he be sent to Rasatala? Why should he be dethroned from Trilokadipatya? Whatever Indra may be, why should he be enthroned all the time? A very important logic is when Bali is Raja, who will he appoint in his cabinet? Whom will he appoint? In all the ministerial posts, whom will he appoint? Raja Bali. Definitely Asuras only, no? Daityas only. When he appoints all of them, how much ever noble he may be, these people, by default being Asura Daitya, they will definitely be ignoble. And that's why they are Asuras. Therefore, the entire cabinet, ministry, they'll be negative only. They will do negative things only. He will appoint them by choice, by default. And they by nature corrupt only, so they will corrupt the world. That's why the Bali cannot be the king. Because the whole clan is wrong. You understood? The tamasic people. He may be good and noble, but he cannot rule the kingdom by himself. He'll have to appoint. And who will he appoint? He will have to appoint asuras. Now you see how subtle this point, which I am indicatively telling from our India's context, who should be in the power. On the other hand, Indra, when Indra is the king, whom will he appoint? Definitely not the asuras, no? He will appoint only devatas. Who are devatas? By default and by nature, who are good and noble. In that case, even sometime by mistake, Indra is wrong or bad, the head of the party or the leader, the cabinet will be good because they are all devatas. They are noble only. They will rule the kingdom properly or they will do their sevas properly. You understand? The two things, the leader and the cadre, both have to be noble. Sometimes, even the leader is not good. If the cadre is good, it is taken care. That's why whenever in history of every of the nation, though it is hybrid highlighted about the leader, that is of the trend and nature of the book writers and historians. Basically, if you observe, whichever the country has progressed, prospered, in whichever the positive way, whichever the period of history, it was because more of the cadre which goes unsung than because of the leaders. And both of them synergizing, that's nothing like that. But many times the cadre, the lower cadre, those who work honestly, properly, that's how they grow. And sometimes to them, the leader also tries to trouble with his selfishness. फिर भी वो लोग कर लेते हैं, वो लोग एजिटेशन करके वो लीडर को बदल लेते हैं. So in Devatas, the leader cadre both are great. In the Asuras, the leader may be good this time, Bali, but the cadre are Asuras. Therefore, they have to be dethroned only. That's the rahasya there. In any country's government also, like in India. Somebody is joining some party, itself shows what is his nature. That's why he has chosen that party. Like कोई कम्युनिस्ट में ज्वाइन किया मानो पता चलता है उससे वो ज्वाइन किया का अर्थ ही उसका दिमाग क्या है. Where he may be. Think about it, no? Naturally, when he gets power, he will do those things only. If somebody joins this party, you understand why he joined. Because liking those manifesto or the points or the agenda or their main views. So therefore, when he gets chance, he will do that only because it is his nature. है ना. Somebody joined cricket means he's a cricket premi, no? So फिर when you give a chance, he will do cricket batting only, he will not do football. In that way, very sublime thought which can be expanded so much, but we stop here. Thank you. Today we have done the Vamana Avatara. Tomorrow we'll do the sixth Avatara, Parasurama, then seventh, Sri Rama. That way we'll do the Dashavatara Gayatri. इसके बाद जो होगा देखेंगे. Right, now our third item of common sense thought. Only hint करेंगे because we have to study Upanishad also. 1, 2, 3. Two things only we talk about. Two thoughts today. One thought. Thought one, point one is, are we alive or not? The question. Yes, we are alive. Are we human beings or not? Question two. Obviously, thoda dekh lo, we are human being. I'm going very fast. Are we intelligent or not? Of course, we are intelligent. Then, what is the sign of intelligence? Sign of intelligence is only one. Only one. That is, day by day we have to grow. Day by day we have to improve. That is a sign of intelligence. Isn't it? Now, as we are by default and naturally growing in age, which we can't stop. Not only for us it is functional, effective, the times action on the beings in growing them, making them is natural. उसका काम ही वो है. When a small plant is planted, it will grow. When an animal is born, it will grow. So the human being born is growing. That growth anyway is happening. That is okay. Other than that, to prove our intelligence and to prove ourselves to be human being, what is the improvement we are having day by day? Point one. Point two, in which actually we have to improve. To prove that we are human, to prove that we are intelligent. Did we think about this? किस चीज में डे बाय डे मैं इंप्रूव हो रहा हूं? Same way, the different way of putting that question is, in which thing as an intelligent human being, as an intelligent human being, I have to improve. I have to improve. Think about it. I leave it to you more than my explanation. In which I am supposed to improve or grow day by day. Did I understand? Did I think? Did I understand? Did I accept? And am I working on that? Age, though we are anyway growing. The other possibilities are plenty. That should I grow and improve in my popularity? Should I grow and improve in my outer publicity? Should I grow and improve in my followers? And what is the way to increase the followers? Take loan from everybody. They will follow you wherever you are. isn't it? किसमें मेरा improvement होना है? Should I improve in my money? Should I improve my outer worldly powers and possessions? Should I improve in my bhoga sakti, in my indulgences? Should I improve in my kama krodhadi vikara, in my arrogance? Think which cheese things should improve in me. Are these things and the other things? Should my pravrutti improve or nivrutti? Should my bahirmukata improve or the antarmukata? Should my association with the people should improve or my association with the saints and sages and the Lord? Should I improve in my contemplating on the reality or should I improve in my getting into the thinking about and pursuing the world more and more day by day? I'm not answering. Who am I to answer? What improvement should happen in me day by day because I am living intelligent human being? किसमें हमें प्रगति होनी? You just think. Did we ever focus on this point? In which I have to grow, in which I have to improve. That my financial assets, that from nothing I came to 10 lakhs, from that I came to 1 crore. Now I am aiming at 3 crore, 5 crore, 10 crore. Is that our bank balance should grow? Is that our business should grow? In which we should have the improvement. It's left to you, your discretion. I will not tell. And should we improve in forgetting the Lord more and more and remember the Lord, world more and more? And just now we said we should improve in Janasakti to such an extent that 24 Ghante in mind, some or the other Jana only are there. Subha would think some fellow is remembered by me. दिन भर somebody and throughout the day बेचारा भगवान हमारे मन में घुसकर आना चाहते हैं. We say no, you are not important in my life. My children, grandchildren, great grandchildren, great great grandchildren are great. In their name there is great. Where is great in your name? So you are not great. So please you stand at the gate. You are not allowed inside. You see, improvement in the smriti of Paramatma or Vismriti of Paramatma. अब देखो, as our age is growing, कौन से चीज में हमें ग्रोथ होना चाहिए, है ना? Important think in the calmness and quietness of mind or in the restlessness and agitations of the mind. Think about it. Big topic it is, and I believe important, and I will also think in which I have to grow and improve day by day with the given resources and opportunities as a living, so-called intelligent human being. Hmm. Did we think? Did we understand? Are we working? Did we really see the result? Show in which we have grown and improved. Isn't it? If you go to a worldly person and tell what improvements you got, what he appreciates, depreciates is different. If you go to a Mahatma and tell him the list of the things you have improved, in his certification, his applauding will be for different thing. You know, I remember that Puja Gurudev's 75th Jayanti. It was in 1991. He was born in 1916. So we did so many activities, so many social activities. At least some 10, 12 blood donation camps we have done. We wanted to do 75 activities to mark his 75th birth year. So many blood donation camps, so many of the charitable activities, so many we did as Yuvakendra members. And a list is written to Gurudev. These are the 70 activities we have done, Guru, we have offered to you. He just went through. There were not spiritual activities many. He replied, chicks we were called as Chinmay Yogakendra members. Chicks, those who don't study Vedanta are not chicks. Remove CH from chick. He has so strongly written there. Remove my name. You are not my children if you don't study Vedanta. Who cares your 75 activities? Are you studying Vedanta or not? That's important. So he expects that only. Not every activity we do and say the Lord likes it. Everything where the world is given reality, Paramatma is forgotten. And those things we do and offer it to the Lord, it is a pinching pain to the Lord. है ना? आप किसी को ऐसे चिमटा देके मजा आ रहा है ना कहो तो व्हाट विल ही से? अरे यार, it is painful. In the same way, we remember the world and give reality to it and tell the Lord, भगवान मैंने अच्छी तरह डांस किया ना? अरे डांस नहीं है, ये तो आग के ऊपर चल रहा है. आग बबूला हो रहा है. He won't like. Therefore, whose certificate we have to have also a question regarding whether we are improving or not. Like if you come and tell me, Swamiji, in last 2 months, with all the difficulties and efforts, spending 5-6 hours per day, I did effort and remembered so many things. Really, it is. You please certify me, support me, and encourage me because I remembered so many things. I will not say, very good, congrats, you have put a great effort to remember. I won't say. First, I'll ask you, what did you remember? Isn't it? And if you say, Swamiji, all the Bhule Visre Gite from 1932 onwards, 1960, all cinema Gana, I by hearted. And with that, if you come to me, मैं ताली थोड़ी बजाऊंगा. I will to become more angry, furious only. Wasted the time. But if you come and say that Ishavasya Upanishad, all 18 mantras I learned. Bhagavad Gita, Sthita Prajna Lakshanas, all the 18 mantras I have learned. Huh? Mandukya Upanishad, the 18 mantras of Jnana in that mm, fourth Alata Shanti Prakaranam from 57 to 74 I have learned. If you tell them, I will say, "Oh, very good." Or these four Shiva Stotras I learned, or all Devatas Gayatri mantras which you taught, I have by hearted them. अब तब मैं ताली बजाऊंगा ना. Not if I come and say, Swamiji, all the 1970s advertisements I by hearted. Or I remember all the names of the capital cities of the countries. Hare bakwas hai, who told you to waste your dimag for that? We don't appreciate that is. So in which we have to improve upon. I'm just talking one example. What is the real improvement? What is the real growth? सोच लो बड़ा topic है. Another topic is there I thought of, but tomorrow we'll talk on that. As we have to give some time for our Upanishad Adhyanam. Thank you. Om 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 Sahana Bhavatu Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Om Yairime Guruve Purvam Om Shankaram Shankaracharyam Om Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Om गुरु जगतीमवितुं कलिताकृतयो विचरन्ति महामः सच्चलतः अहिमां शरीवात्र विभासि गुरो भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम् ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहाससन्तवाङ्मयोक्त साध्यसाधनानुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्तऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्तिविश्वध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ते देश निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकैन्दवसंस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसम्प्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थम् अनेकशास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नमध्ये कृष्णयजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः अद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। पारायणम् अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः चार्पाञ्चे। ॐ तमेकनेमिं त्रिवृतं षोडशान्तं शतार्धारं विंशतिप्रत्यराभिः अष्टकैः षड्भिर्विश्वरूपैकपाशं त्रिमार्गभेदं द्विनिमित्तैकमोहं पञ्चस्रोतोऽम्बुं पञ्चयोन्युग्रवक्रां पञ्चप्राणोर्मिं पञ्चबुद्ध्यादिमूलां पञ्चावर्तां पञ्चदुःखौघवेगां पञ्चाशद्भेदां पञ्चपर्वामधीमः सर्वा जीवे सर्वसंस्थे बृहन्ते अस्मिन् हंसो भ्राम्यते ब्रह्मचक्रे पृथगात्मानं प्रेरितारञ्च मत्वा जुष्टस्ततस्तेनामृतत्वमेति. Parayana we have done. Now let us do the study of the mantra 14 with Bhashyam. Be clear, be careful. In the 13th mantra, when this Brahman was explained, he was told to be Chetanaha Chetananam. So he is the basic Chetana, because of which all the seeming Chetana beings got their Chetana. Katham Chetanaha Chetananam idu uchyate. How he is the Chetana of all Chetana beings. Can you explain? Which is the essence of all the Upanishadic Jnanam, but it is equally sublime and subtle, requiring a different intuitive intellect for us to ponder and understand and retain that understanding. Okay, little introduction we give before we chant the mantra. We all think that intellectually planning, thinking, and physically acting alone is the action. It is true, but it is for those who are at that level which is lower. At a higher level, just by mere presence only, the things happen. That's why they give the example of magnet, example of petrol, example of electricity. They don't physically seen by us, they won't act. And like the electricity is not moving the fan, खुद घूमते घूमते उसको भी थोड़ा सांस फूल गया. Do you see like that? The electricity, you won't feel it is heated up and बाहर आया उसने पंखा डाला कि मैं उसको गर्म कर करके थक गया हूँ. You don't see the petrol getting, hiccups and coughing because of its running, that vehicle. We don't see the magnet doing anything. वो खड़ा है बस. The filings are moving in its presence. Same way, when you say Chetana Chetananam, the meaning is what? The Chetana beings with their own life and with their own performance. They can't even exist without Paramatma. Because Paramatma is a pure existence. Therefore, first of all, for something to have Chetana and convert that Chetana into Kriya, it should exist, no? Therefore, basically, from the pure existence only the Chetana, from the Chetana only the Karma Adi are coming, happening. And Paramatma is a pure existence. Therefore, he is the one because of whom every of the beings are sentient, whichever they are, and whatever the activities that's done by them, micro to macro. Whether a small microbe converting the milk into the curd, or being Bhagwan Surya in his wholesale way, you know, trillions and trillions of beings he is empowering in all the three worlds. सूर्य शक्ति से ही हम सब जीवित है ना. Trillions and trillions, uncountable beings. If you take all Manushya, Pashu, Pakshi, more than that, the Vanaspati. How many millions and millions of trees are there? All of them are because of Bhagwan Surya only. Okay, up do you give that credit to Surya or not? Yeah, because of him only. Yeah, all these are happening. Example. But the Surya Chandra also are existing because of existence. Therefore, finally they have to say, "Ye hamara nahi hai, wo Paramatma." That's what the Kena Upanishad, etc. When all the victories Devatas were celebrating, then the Yaksha comes and proves that it's not you, because the presence of Paramatma, that you could be, you are victorious. They were all arrogant only. Asmakamevayam Vijayaha, Asmakamevayam Mahima iti. Tebyoha pradurbhava. Tanna Vijananta Kimidam Yakshamiti. See that? Idea is what then? That's the meaning of Karmani Akarmaya Paschet in Gita 4th chapter. Is in the din and roar of the so many activities that's happening, the non-acting, pure presence of Brahman, in whose presence these are possible. If we are able to recognize, we are truly intelligent. And when we identify with that tattva, in and around us, in our presence, everything is happening, but we are not an active participant to claim something, therefore we are not samsari. This is called moksha in Vedanta. I abide with that self in whose presence everything happens. But anything that's happening is not influencing a wee bit also of that self. Why Paramatma is unbound? Because he allows everything to happen in his presence, but he is not affected by them. Why the water doesn't drown in the ocean? Because it is allowing the waves, oceans, and what do you call cyclones to happen, but it is not influenced by them. Fire burns everything, but it will not burn itself. It's unaffected. Think. So that's the meaning of here this mantra. What is the mantra? Om natatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kuto yamagnihi tameva bhantamanubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. Again. ॐ न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति. What a beautiful mantra. Hours can be discussed. Now we refrain from all that. Straight away study through Bhashyam. Katham Chetanas Chetananam. How and why he is the Chetana of all the Chetanas. The mantra is Natatra Suryo Bhati, Nachandra Tarakam, Nima Vidito Bhanti, Kutoyam Agnihi, Tameva Bhantavan Bhat Sarvam, Tasya Vasaha Sarvamidam Vibhat. The gist summary of this shloka is all the illuminating powers cannot illuminate Paramatma. Their existence is because of that Paramatma, and their power of illuminating also is because of Paramatma. Their existence as well as Tameva Bhantam Anubhati. In the presence of consciousness only, all of them have existence. तस्य भाषा सर्वमिदं विभाति. अब उनका एग्जिस्टेंस ही परमात्मा के कारण है, तो देयर एबिलिटीज आल्सो आर बिकॉज ऑफ द परमात्मा. That's how he has become Chetana Chetanana. And the beauty is, none of these can illuminate him. For two reasons. One, they are not capable of, and their purpose is different. Two is what? Not required. Because the self is self-effulgent. उसको illuminate करने को चाहिए नहीं. Think about it. And the things which are said here, their field of activities in something else, they're not self. They can't function in the self. That's the meaning of NATATRA SURYO BHATI na Chandra Tarakam. Mystical meanings are there, so many of this. I'm not talking all of that. One thing keep in mind, whenever these devatas are said, Surya Chandra Adi, they are also the Adhisthana devatas, because of whom the Indriyas are all functioning. Therefore, the meaning of that is the Adi Daivika Shaktis as well as the Adhyatmika functionings of the faculties. All of them will not illuminate Paramatma. They are existing because of Paramatma. Their functionality also is because of Paramatma. One more thing we can add, two more things. Realizing Paramatma is moksha, one. Other is to realize Him. All the identification and the functionings of these upadhis. We have to consciously go beyond, transcend. That's called meditation. But to become meditational worthy, we have to get the calmness, quietness, purity. For that, the outer meditations are done. The outer meditations are meditatively doing karma yoga, meditatively doing the bhakti yoga, meditatively doing the indriya mana niyantrana yoga. What do you mean by meditatingly? With the purpose of purification and quietness of antakarana, with which we can transcend them and see the transcendental. NATATRA SURYO BHATI न चंद्रतारकम नैमा विद्युतो कुतोयम अग्नि तमेव भान्तो वनवासरम तस्य वासा सर्व. देखो इस मंत्र को भक्ति श्रद्धा रखकर इस पे दूर से इस मंत्र को जब पढ़ोगे, दूर से मीन्स यू आर चैंटिंग एंड यू आर वाचिंग इट फ्रॉम डिस्टेंस, it reveals such a reality. And along with this text, when you study the evening Yoga Vasishta Maharamayana in such a beautiful form, the Vasishta is teaching Rama through the Leela Upakhyanā, in which Leela Saraswati Samvada, some great things opening our intellect help us understand the Upanishadic mantras, Upanishadic truth. Finally, what is taught in Upanishad is ultimate, but we should be able to understand it, no? For ability, the study of all those things help us. They make us qualified. Because the study of such textbooks breaks our inner intellectual shackles, limitations. After which, what is said in Upanishad is apprehendable, comprehensible, understandable. Like you see in the Lilopakhyanam, that Brahmana became the Raja Padma and he became another Raja. Before Brahmana, what was he? It was not told. After that second king, what he will become, that's not told. But Leela told her out of 800 lives, some 30, 40 of them. No, is it not a great information to tell us that as long as we maintain individuality and become a karta, for becoming karma phala bhokta, we are sent through different worlds, different shariras, different experiences. So, itna bada revelation hai. And yet, all of that is a continuous saga of struggle called samsara. The relief comes only when the substratum is known. So Leela is still in Chanchalata, that she wants to go to her. He must have given a lot of prema and all. तो मुझे वहाँ वापस जाना है. He says he's already changed now. You understand? You cannot. Why are you bothered about other beings and jivas? You yourself wrongly a jiva. You realize your essential self and get out of all bondage. No, this is what is conveyed by Mother Saraswati to Leela. When you study that and that conviction comes to us, the next question is how to realize self. That is told already there, but more authentically in the Upanishads. Upanishads are he, Bhagavad Gita, Yoga Vastamana, and all of that. That is why it is the kindness of our gurus that he is giving us the blessings to study Gita, Upanishad, Yoga Vasishta Ramayana, Prakarana Grantha every day. इससे बढ़कर celebrating days क्या हो सकते? बस इनको more seriously we have to do, more sincerely we have to do. That also keeps on growing day by day, year by year, life by life, when we are serious, sincere, and prayerful. Lord, increase my Shraddha, Bhakti, Ananyata, Ekagrata in making use of the opportunities, blessings you are giving in the form of these satsangas through which Vijnanam and conviction should grow to obtain you as well as the knowledge, the sadhana to obtain you. When you pray, then that will happen. And you can see जैसे जैसे आंख का बुद्धि का पर्दा खुलता रहता है and we are able to understand. It is a joy and it is a surprise and it is a tears in the eyes of gratitude to the gurus who are enabling this to happen. When I look back and see all the gurus and Gurudev and their kripa, karuna, हमको बर्दाश्त करते हुए झेलते हुए, the way they mold us, the way they bless us and bring us, into that higher and higher level. Aha! Even God cannot do, only Guru can do. That's why Guru Govindu Dovkade. We have to do prayer. Yasya deve para bhakti yatha deve tatha gurav. That's the last mantra of this Upanishad. The prayers and the willingness in us that I have to improve in my knowledge, I have to improve in my sadhana, and I have to improve in my experience. When we do that, then we are exposed to all those texts which break all our mental intellectual shackles. With that readiness and preparedness, when we study such Upanishads, the sublimity that's conveyed can be caught. All this we said only after saying that this mantra thoda zoom करके दूर से देखोगे, it reveals these sublime truths. Surya, Chandra, Taraka, Vidyut, Agni, which are appearing to be such a big phenomenal powers with all their glorious functions. ये सारे in front of that Paramatma फीका पड़ जाते. Without him, they don't have their existence only. Without him, they don't have their powers. Without that, they cannot perform and appear on this limelight on the stage in front of everybody. We see Surya every day coming and we pray to him. Bhagwan Surya, Pratyaksha Devata, he is the only one because of which we are alive. And he is the one who is giving us so much light. We have to learn from Surya, this, that. करके सूर्य को हम प्रणाम करते हैं, and today we did Surya Upanishad chanting also. But where is Surya without Brahman? That's what Yamaraj said. You all fellows take me as a god and worship and do whatever I say. But please remember, there is somebody other than me, the Narayana, who is higher than me. Same is said by Brahmadeva to Naradji. When he said, हम तो आपको meditate करते हैं, you also sit and meditate. On whom you are meditating? Are you doing meditation on yourself? Brahmadeva also says, नहीं बेटा, there is somebody higher than me. Do you ask the Narayana? Are you ultimate? He says, no, as Brahman I am ultimate. Therefore, anything in this world is because of Brahma. Sarvam hi etat Brahma means we half understand the sentence. When we listen, Sarvam hi etat Brahma, all the names and forms are Brahma. And we stop there. No, not only names and forms, but their ability, their functions, their modification, their achievements, all of them are because of the Brahma Tattva. Like you eat sugar, you get a taste of it, you get energy, you get a joy also. But all these three which we get because of sugar, but the sugar has come from sugar cane, no? So therefore, our attention is on sugar. Ki chini ke karana, I am happy and it is tasty and it gave me energy. But where is sugar existing without sugar cane? They were actually the credit should go to whom? To the sugar, no? Sugar cane. But where can the sugar cane come without the earth? Therefore, the earth should go to credit go to earth. But ऐसा कह के सीधा मिट्टी मुंह में डाले तो you won't get sugar taste. So what is Vedanta? Tasting sugar but giving credit to the earth. Go further. Earth cannot be without water. Water cannot be without fire. Fire cannot be without winds. Vayu. Vayu cannot be without Akasha. Akasha cannot be without Antakarana. Antakarana cannot be without Maya. Maya cannot be without Paramatma. Therefore, the one who tastes the sweetness of sugar and remembers Parabrahma, he is called as Jnani. Because without Parabrahma, in Parampara, the sugar and its taste, its sweetness, its energy, will not be there. You understand? For the one who is very gross and very extroverted and very new to this subject, suddenly when it is said that when you eat sugar, you have to remember Parabrahma, he cannot relate. But when we study Upanishad and all this knowledge gained, then we know. That's why the subtlety in that arati. Tera tujhko arpan kya lage mera. What it means? that you are the one who created all of that. You gave me all indriyas. You made me taste all of that. I tasted it. That gave me a realization that if the thing given by you tastes so much, how much you taste? Therefore, to taste you, these are the obstacles. I am giving them back to you and take me back to you. That is the meaning of that mantra. जो आपने दिया मैं उनको दे दे रहा हूं और मुझे आप अपने में समाओ. Isn't it? Isn't it? It is a very sublime mystical understanding. For example, if the sugar cane or sugar tastes so much to me, how much it tastes to itself? That is a subtle question. Because it is sweetness itself. ये स्वीट हम खाते हैं तो आता जाता है वो. जब खाते हो तब होता है, जब नहीं खाते हो तब नहीं होता. Like the lower middle class people. Whatever the salary comes, with that only they have to manage. Some mistake somewhere, some bonus comes, then they can afford for a one extra item in the lunch. But what about the one who has got 1,000 crores of rupees or 10,000 crore? वो तो lavish है. He can buy, sell, give in charity, everything. So to I add sugar to my tea and I feel happy. How much happy the sugar must be with itself? Because its nature is sweetness. I am giving the example of sugar only to indicate that the Brahman is the nature of happiness. So because of him, in all these things, the happiness is coming. If he himself is directly experienced as me, how much must be the bliss? It cannot be explained. Therefore, the summary of all that is pursue him only. The one who pursues Paramatma, he alone is Jignasu, he alone is Adhyatmic Sadhaka. He is alone Mumukshu and he is the only intelligent. Otherwise, Viveka Vijnana Yuktam Prakasha Prakashameva Pashyata Manaha Haranti. As we study in the next text, those who are coming, they can relate what is said. Anyways, friends, still the Bhashya remains. We'll study tomorrow. Sarvam Upanishad Gurunam Rishinaam Parabrahma Tattva Charanaravindarmanastu. Om 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 Purnamadaha Shruti Matre Namaha Tatsat Brahmarpanastu. Should be enough today. Now join for Gita half an hour.